All right. All right. You're able to hear me? All right. Excellent. Oh, back in the office. Excellent. Great. I'm glad you can hear me. Loud and clear. Great. How was the intro screen? The intro music, the vibes? Everything sounding a-okay? Okay, you can see me. That's good. Excellent. Trying to get back into the swing of things after not streaming for a bit. Good, good, good. Great. Glad to hear it. All right. Let me figure out what I am doing. Nice. It's probably going to be about 10 to 30 seconds in terms of stream delay, just because I don't have us on ultra low latency. I'm off of a 5G hotspot, and it takes better internet than what I have available to me to be able to do ultra low latency. But that's okay. All right. Let's see. Pop this over. I have my little creative world that I'm in right here, because this is where I was testing out shader settings and block palettes and all that stuff. Trying to find my way out of here. Mm. Hey, zombie. Probably somewhere over here. But, let me out. Let me out. There we go. Oh, pretty. Excellent. All right. Hello. You see the craft. Yeah, it'd be really nice to have some sort of closed captioning to let us know kind of what we're hearing in real life. I'd love to hear or have a little text prompt that goes, "Ah, the bunnies escaped," instead of having to hear our dog bark about it a few times. Oh, this is nice. So, let's chat. I've got a big announcement. Fraser, you already know this, but for anyone who doesn't know, we are starting a new Minecraft server soon, me and my little local community. So I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with that. Um, and like, I have a few ideas here and there, but I've been trying to figure out exactly really what I wanted out of it. Oh, it looks like my night vision's wearing off. I'm going for what I really want this time around is a nice spooky vibe. So I've been playing around with shaders to try to be able to get out that vibe. I've been using a couple of different types. Let's see, video setting, shader packs. Yeah, so this is complementary reimagined. I started with spooklementary because I wanted the real spooky vibes, but let me show you kind of the issue that I was having with that. I can't see shit. Like, look at this. This is terrible. I can't see shit at all. And while, yeah, this is spooky, and I was very excited to go for a spooky vibe, it doesn't really matter if you can't see what you're doing, like, at all, right? So, not going for that. But I am working with like, this was based on Complementary Reimagined. So I'm actually using Complementary Reimagined, and I've added some settings to kind of just help it mood better, I guess. So, so yeah, you can see like it still provides a nice atmospheric look out here, especially when I don't have night vision on. Uh, there we go. Nice fly through with the elytra. But I don't feel like I need, night vision just to see when I'm outside at night. And that's helpful, I think, because I don't really want to set up night vision brewing setup like right away or anything. I've already got enough farms that I want to do. But my whole goal is actually I want to build in the nether if possible. I really want to try to create like a um I don't know, just sort of like a nether network that I can go between different resource areas and stuff. Look at this. This looks really nice. This is what the Soul Sand Valley looks like. Let's grab some flight rockets, get through here. Flight. Da-da-da. Gimme. And I think this will be spooky enough. Like, look at that. That looks pretty cool, right? And like, this looks appropriately hot and spooky. So I think being able to build structures in a space like this and really taking advantage of those like spooky terrains while still being able to see everything. I think that's going to look real nice. So that's kind of what I'm working on here. And really, I just got to figure out what sort of blocks I want to be using, because I kind of wanted to do sort of like a nature has invaded the nether with technology sort of vibe, um, which definitely could be cool, but it wasn't working out the way that I wanted it to. So, yeah, look at that. That's a nice vibe to it. Yeah, I'm sure if I had a whole black screen, it would make video compression really, really tight. Yeah, I'm really liking the complementary reimagined shaders. They look real neat with this. Oh no, Derek. I generally have liked the Amtrak in the past, but I haven't tried taking it across the country. I've only taken it like up and down Illinois. So uh, I can understand being on it for a longer would be worse. There we go. Go hang out in the sauna. I've always wanted to take the train across the US. It's a bummer that it sounds like it's not a good experience. I just hate flying so much that like I would much rather take uh, a train if I had it available to me. So yeah, I was hoping that I could merge. So here's what I was thinking. I have some of this stuff in my inventory. Is I was thinking of trying to work with mud for the first time and like coarse dirt. And like, let's see, there's some rooted dirt, but I was gonna go with some mud. Like we've got mud bricks and we've got packed mud. Like I really like how that looks. The texture of the is that the packed mud? Yeah, packed mud looks very similar to the netherrack in a way. It's not perfect. Like I definitely feel like I'm gonna need some blending. Like some what red terracotta maybe help in here as well. Maybe some orange terracotta. Yeah, see like that orange. The orange actually fits better than I think the red. Hmm. I want to do some moss in here too, because like that's going to be a dramatic difference. And I think that having such living things like right inside the nether is of itself going to be kind of otherworldly. I also want to see about getting some skulk at some point. Did I spell that wrong? I did. Skulk, skulk. There we go. So we get that, get some of this. Oh, I love the sounds that makes when you place it. And then there's always the skulk veins to help start blending things together. So like I really feel like I could use a combination of like skulk and skulk veins to help create sort of like otherworldly structures within inside the nether. And I can use the glowing of the crimson forest to really like add to sort of that weird look. Cause look, those glow together real nice, right? You know, maybe I'm just gonna have to make Skulk my whole vibe. Because, like, if anything's gonna invade the Nether, right? Like, a Skulk's a decent thing to make that happen. And I was already thinking about making, like, a gold farm in the Nether. You know, just kind of create a piglin farm. And then I could always put a Skulk catalyst at the end of it. So instead of gaining experience for it, I just sword. Give me a sword. How does this work out? Yeah, see, that spreads nicely on the netherrack just fine. And so I could always set up a zombie piglin farm that then creates skulk that I can then harvest and use in other things. So that's exciting. Oh, hi, Peepops. Welcome, welcome. It's true, no one ever really escapes Minecraft, that is for sure. You like the Skulk and mud vibe? Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I think like it's hard to see, but I guess when you blend it together like that, it kind of makes for a nice transition. So, you don't go to the Nether that often, Peepops? Hey, guest. How's it going? Yeah. God, you are dramatic. Like, yeah, I know I killed you, but like, that was loud. Hey, dude. Yeah. So I guess I gotta find a deep dark. That's what this is telling me. Oh, and I love the magma blocks too. The magma blocks might be a nice substitute for the glowing river thing that I was thinking about trying. I wanted to have sort of a glowing river that I could have like stretching out because like you can't have water in the nether, right? So I figured having something glowing and then adding some like campfires so that I could do what? This. So that, yeah, that lets out a bit of smoke, right? So I figure if I do a little bit of smoke here and there underneath the river and let's grab some mud brick slabs. I think it could be like a really cool vibe to be like something like that. Maybe go a little deeper on the inside. That sort of thing. Give it a little bit of dimensionality. And then like these brown mushroom blocks could go nice around it too. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going with this. But that's why we're preparing, right? Yeah, those gas screams are intense. I've got that. That's the coarse dirt. Might look a bit better than the thing there. And if I do mud, get the packed mud. And this makes like a nice little kind of, what, riverbeddy sort of thing. The nice thing is the magma blocks are something I can manufacture. So if I get myself a magma slime farm, that'll be easier too. Yeah, it's nice and toasty, right? And of course I can use lava as a thing too, right? Maybe I can, let's say, whoops, that wasn't what I meant. But yeah, I can leverage some of the magma blocks to then create like a bit of a flowing part, so all that sort of thing. And then I could easily build bridges across them with other things. I have no idea why I want to build rivers so badly, but I really do. And I want to build them in the Nether. So there's that. But I figure I can be like the Nether infrastructure person. And it'll be creepy as hell, because that's what I'm going for. But also very useful. So yeah, I think that'll be useful. No, there's not a blue soul lava, at least not within vanilla. That would be rather neat. I absolutely think so. But I think the closest I could come with that is by putting down uh, like the soul dirt, or soul soil, and like lighting it all on fire, right? And let's do flint. That's a bit smoky. That might be a little bit difficult. Hmm. But there is also, what do we have? We have frog lights. So I've got frog lights that are 3 different colors. Thanks, Minecraft. So I've got like these that I felt like I could maybe use with, say, light gray stained glass, something like that. I could always do that. Eh, it's not quite the same. Then of course there's the green ones and the purple ones. There's also the sea lanterns. So I could use a sea lantern to do something similar. These give such a like corporate sort of illumination vibe. Like this is what I see when I like think of an office and look up and you see the fluorescent lights and stuff. I mean, end rods are good for that too, but yeah, let's like end rods give you the 3-dimensional sort of things. If that was like in, but like if you're talking about kind of like the side of an office building, I think those sea lanterns are something. Yeah, I mean, I could make a river of this blue fire. Like, I can carve out a river and stuff and have that be a thing. That'd probably work. I could also do, just in this mod pack, they don't look blue at all. Huh, that's wild. And then of course there's the shroom lights that are up there. So I think these could look good actually in combination with these over here, like a little bit of this spread around too. Like look at that texture. So it's like some glowing rocks along the path. I think this is the most promising one so far. Just like that. And it's nice because the coarse dirt looks good against the gravel, which is kind of a naturally occurring thing as well. Hmm. I wonder, okay, nope, I spelled it wrong again. Eh. You know, I think I can make anything that's very manufactured looking look a lot less manufactured when I add skulk to it. Yeah, right? Maximum lava glow. Like, I think that's actually quite cool. I like it better than the ones that look like really, really artificial. Like, this looks pretty natural. Oh, I'm really excited, Scotty. Have you seen any of the new blocks for like 1.21? Oh, I don't have them on my single player world. I've got them in the multiplayer world. But we've got all the new blocks, and one of them is a copper bulb, and I think you're gonna love this. It's a copper bulb that you can turn on and off with a push of a button, which is neat on its own. It corrodes over time, so it starts at a brilliant orange and then corrodes towards that beautiful turquoise, right? And as it corrodes, it gets dimmer, right? So you can actually make it brighter again by like uncorroding it. Like it is neato. It is 100% neat. So I'm really excited to get to work with those because I'm definitely going to use a lot of like copper infrastructure too because I feel like okay, so look, copper itself, right? Obviously beautiful, but I think that having a mix of like copper blocks that kind of meshes between the like red here and the more orange of the bricks, right? That'll be nice. But in areas that like are a little bit more of the blue glowy type, this sort of like greenish blue is gonna look really nice. So I can use like copper as my like industrial sort of material. So I think that's going to be nice. And you know, they've got all the like in between states, right? So I've got that in between state and this in between state. Uh, did I just place them over each other? I think I probably did. That one and that one. So you see, like, it gives a really nice gradient that I can actually take advantage of. And there's all sorts of new copper blocks too. It's not just copper bulbs. There's copper trapdoors. There's copper grating. The copper grating I'm really, really excited about. So yeah, I think copper is going to be my like construction material of choice uh, in the Nether and stuff. And then of course I'll have to mix it up with some blackstone. This blackstone's really nice, and so is the black glazed terracotta. So just add some blackstone for like contrast, right? And that's a really nice contrast with both the turquoise and the orange. Like it's a contrast with the mud too. Like that'll look really nice for structural materials and stuff. Hey, Piggy. All right, goodbye. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna look nice. What else we got? Oh yeah, I pulled out the black glazed terracotta, but I didn't use any of it. Let's do. Just can always throw some black glazed terracotta in there. And of course we can throw some slabs around. I love slabs. Right? Yeah, that looks nice. And I figure I'll probably also try to use some black concrete. Because black concrete is like darker than dark, right? Like it is dark. So I think that'll be like really nice to combine with certain things and especially, add a little skulk vein here and there, make it just a little bit darker. And then we can actually add the skulk itself. So you've got a nice little like gradient starting there. And of course I could use some black concrete powder as well. So like that's a bit brighter, or maybe, yeah, like that could transition from the concrete to the black stone pretty easily. Gotta make some real cool stuff out of that. And then these like river accesses can be in between things to kind of like build things up. And I figure I can probably also uh, take some like regular vines. Let's see what these look like. Yeah, they're like dying vines. So instead of just using skulk, I can add some vines around places. Really do some neat kind of like decay. Uh, 'Cause I really do want to add kind of the naturey elements to this as well. It's not just a skulk monster sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? Like I think there's room for things to be, shifted and texturized more and stuff, but that's kind of a good start. I can do things like frog lights or the sea lanterns in the ceiling for additional illumination. Though I think we'll have plenty of illumination if I put these lava rivers kind of around everywhere. It's not the safest lighting source, but when have I ever been good at safe lighting sources? No, goodbye, snowman. Oh, they don't last in the nether, that's for sure. All right, let's do. Yeah, sometimes safety isn't the priority. That's for sure. I mean, we're in the Nether, right? Like the Nether is the least safe place I can imagine for building a base. So, honestly, anything I build is still going to be a step up from where we were. So it may not be like OSHA compliant, but it's going to be OSHA grateful, I guess. Hey, piggies, how are you? Do you want to play with an iron golem? Does this work? No. Well, maybe. Aha! Excellent. I can power my skulk farms by iron golems. Excellent. It's coming along. Oh, my iron golems seem to do a bit of fighting over here too. Nice. And then if we get what? Egg. Get some turtle eggs. Let's get a spruce trapdoor. Do, 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 do. Oops, I don't need two of those. Goodbye! Silly goober. De facto skulk farm. There we go. I just need an infinite supply of iron golems. That seems easy enough. Excellent, excellent. I am so excited. I am so excited for us starting a new server. I've been hankering for something like this for a while, so I'm really, really excited that we're going to be doing something new. I love Minecraft on my own. Don't get me wrong, Minecraft on my own is great. I do have a single player world and stuff. But I think Minecraft really comes into its fruition through working with other people. So, like, yeah, this is going to be great. Oh, I got a little poppy too. I feel like I've got a lot of work to do to figure out how I'm going to do a skulk-powered gold farm. I wonder... Okay, wait a minute. Let's try something. Let's try... let's see. All right, let's do... All right, now there's no way for them to get to here. Let's get out a campfire. Chill down, pig. We're fine. Let's put some campfires down here. So this should work just generally for bringing in pigs. Not these pigs, different pigs. Zombie piglin? Yeah, I need to test things. And they're all gonna go towards the pigs, or all towards the eggs. They don't die on the soul fire. Okay, that seems like a problem. Do they die on the regular campfire? No. Hmm. Do they die in lava? All right. That's more resilient than I expected. All right. Let's see. What about wither roses? Wither roses should work. All right. Da 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 da. Do some science. All right, that's a little loud. We're turning that down. Oh, that is a painful sounding farm. All right, so that seemed to have worked. Let's see if that works with a catalyst. What if we change that to a catalyst? And now okay, it worked. It triggered at the very least. We didn't produce any skulk from it, but that seemed to have at least worked. Let's. Why did you go down there? You didn't have to go down there. You weren't even compelled to go down there. I'm not gonna lie, that one's on you. But what if... All right. Right? So let's do that. Piggies. Piggies. Hello. There's some delicious eggs. Yeah, I don't think PETA would like my farms very much. Not in the slightest. All right. It certainly counted, but I don't see any skulk developing. I don't know if that's actually working. Maybe because they're wither roses, they don't drop experience? Huh. Okay. Hmm. What if... All right, let's pretend these are all up. Let's do fence. And now let's do an iron golem. Okay. It doesn't like that the fences are there, I think. How about fence gates? Can I do fence gates? Because those won't connect. Oh, they might from the back. Or from... No? Alright. How if I take those off? Alright. It works, but then he leaves. Hmm. What if I do fence, 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 put that up there. There. Now you're there and can't move, right? Perfect. Are they all? Oh, they're all running towards that one. All right, that one's dead now. Are we? Iron Golem? You wanna? Nope. Iron Golem doesn't give a crap. That is not working the way that it should. Huh. All right, that requires some additional testing. That's all I got for that one. Can't retroactive it. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. I think I'm gonna have to make a more traditional kind of farm. I don't think I'm gonna be able to automate that one as much as I would like to. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Huh. All right, all right. What else we got? Hmm. You know, this stuff, the Nylium, looks really cool too. I definitely want to work that into like some pathways or whatever. Because there's the blue and the red. Yeah. Let's, and the blue looked really nice with the copper, right? Yeah, maybe if we do use some blue flame rivers, which could be really cool, maybe I can outline it with some of this blue Nylium and give it some more of the corroded copper. Because that'll actually go pretty well with the moss too, right? Got moss, and we've got mossy cobble we could even use. It's not perfect. But it could be look really nice for like a little temple structure. Like, I don't know, let's see. Hmm. Do, do, do. All right, so we've got a little bit of this. And we can insert some moss here. I almost feel like this needs to be more the center of things, right? So if we do, or even, do something with what? Mossy. I'll go with the cobblestone stairs. I was hoping that maybe I could get some corners out of that. That's all right. It's something. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can absolutely make the pig trap up in the air so that they just fall to their death. Let me find a big space. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This looks like a pretty big space, right? Let's, nether. Netherrack. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with bricks instead of netherrack because, oh no, I should probably use. All right, let's do some netherrack. Let's see. All right, so that's a sculpt catalyst. Let's go just straight up. All right, this is just going to be test a concept. Get ourselves a good old trapdoor here, real quick. All right, so I got this. I think this should go right on top. Let's just double check, I guess. All right. Let's get ourselves a spawner. And now it's a pig spawner. Hopefully that works. I don't actually know if that will work. I've never tried to use a spawner like that before. Oh, hey, one spawned naturally, too. Alright, they fell, but it does not seem like they left any experience. So I got the gold, but not the experience. And the experience is what causes this thing to, like, activate. So as far as I can tell, just using this won't work. Oh, no. Oh, it did work. Okay. I just have to be close enough to it that it actually does a thing. Oh, and it's just growing on its own, too. Because it's, like, charged. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, and it grew a skulk sensor. Well, that's cool. I'll want one of those. Because the skulk sensors I'll be able to use for redstone. And that's something I'm very excited about. I have like a whole bunch of ideas for things that I want to do. I don't know that I'm going to be able to accomplish like any of them. Oh, They got across. But if I can get some skulk sensors with some redstone, that'll make it a lot easier. Goodbye! Yeah, that grew pretty far. Wow, isn't that nice? All right, Scotty, you're a genius. We we are go for having just like a real big gold farm. Because look at that. Look at all that gold and oh man, this is gonna be great. I'm real excited. That does seem to be kind of like what can happen with that. Uh, let's see. Let's get ourselves a new island. Let's see if this will work. Nope, I didn't quite make it. All right, let's see how much we can get. Not a goddamn thing. Hmm. Was I just not close enough? I could do scaffolding. Or was it because they're not, like, natural? Hmm. Interesting. Let's try hoglins. Weird. Well, you can't go anywhere, so. Get back here. This is for science. So that worked. Hmm. Hmm. Why? Why did it work over here? Why did it work from here? That don't make no sense. Bye. Okay, wait a minute. One of the hoglins fell, and it caused it. What? Why? Oh, we got a new skulk sensor. Nice. Well, so they don't need to be like exactly on the skulk block. The skulk block does a pretty decent radius around. So if I put one here and then pick up my sword. Was I wrong? All right. Yeah, see? Okay, you went there. But see, these aren't like right next to the skulk catalyst or anything. It's a decent distance away. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what causes it to work versus not work. They're just a little unpredictable for me. That's okay. I'll work on getting a gold farm set up and running first because the experience will be nice anyway. And since I'll probably be using... Talk about floating trees. Sorry, I had to stop to take a look at that. That's funny. But anyway, since I'll need to hit them to gain experience anyway, maybe it just won't matter how I end up killing them later. Ah, piggies. Alright, we can drop some more on the new island. Let me... do this. I'll get one of these. I want zombies. Well, you missed. That's on you. Look, you can get it. Oh, you missed. You also missed. Alright, alright. Hold on. Gotta extend the island. All right. Yeah, I think I might just need to be close enough to have the catalyst activate because look at that. That did a fantastic job. And it skulked up all the magma blocks on its own too. So that's pretty cool. All right. Well, that's worth it. Because then you see I've got all this zombie flesh and uh, gold nuggets. Then I can have an auto crafter take those gold nuggets and turn them into ingots. And then I can use the ingots to trade. And then I can get, I think, a lot of my other materials through trading. Here, let's get some gold and see what sort of stuff I can get for trading. Well, I mean, if I build out this farm, I guess you'll be able to see how far I can supercharge it out. It looks like it's got a sort of timer on it, at least to some extent. So, like, if it can't find a place to go, that's when it creates a skulk sensor. But that's good for me too. So, uh, what I might try to do is put together a piston tape. I haven't done one of those before. But like, so what that would allow me to do is to keep pumping in a stream of blocks. And if I do it on, say, like, here, oh, I can't do a cobblestone generator. I can do what? Ice? Is it ice and lava that creates basalt? Will that sculpt? That's not the ice. Ice? Is that blue ice? That's packed ice. What about blue ice? Oh. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make basalt, but I'm wondering if I can use, let's see, basalt. Right, okay, so this is just some basalt. Let's see if I can turn basalt into skulk. That's not how I should figure that out. All right, talk about some really crude experimentation here. So the answer is yes. Basalt can turn into skulk as well, which is good news for me. Because if I can figure out how to make a basalt generator, which I believe is just like lava flowing over ice or something, then I can use a piston tape to like push out the blocks of basalt into the area where the skulk is being charged, and then I should be able to just harvest it myself. No, that doesn't seem to be doing it. That's definitely something I gotta look up. But yeah, that way then I can just take a silk touch hoe and just get a bunch of skulk as it pumps out through the ticker tape. Yeah, I know it's great to be able to just have ice within the nether too, right? Like now this would be an amazing way to have rivers, right? Let's take ourselves a little cherry boat. Whee! Now there's nether transport for you. Just can't get off of it or else You end up burning alive. I could easily do let's see. Just some safety rails like when you were a kid in the bowling alley. And whee! Now how's that for getting around the nether? And just slide around. Imagine all of that extended out. That would be amazing. I can actually get on the skulk a little bit, but it doesn't do a great job. I love boats on ice, however. This is ridiculous. Like, it doesn't really work for the vibe of what I was planning to work on, because it's not super creepy. If I was doing some sort of like ice fortress in the Nether, which I think would be really cool, uh, like these would be perfect to build out the infrastructure between different places. Like that would be amazing. So, yeah. I thought about using honey in the Nether too, because like honey blocks are pretty cool. They have kind of like the opposite properties of ice when it comes to boats. Like you go really slow on them, which is not super useful, but they look cool, right? Like this, I feel like this would look kind of neat. Like especially if I had it like here in the ground. Like that could be something. I feel like you'd have to light it on the bottom with something. Oh yeah, you also can't jump on honey. So it'd be kind of like the opposite of a benefit. But it could make for a neat glowing river texture if I could figure it out. Cause like what do I do? Frog light. Let's use the yellow frog lights. And especially like if you're doing it like this where you're only kind of seeing a little bit at a time, like that could be kind of cool. You can kind of jump on it or whatever. I don't know. I like honey though. Like honey's a really cool material, and I haven't really worked with it at all. And I hear that you can make some really neat honey farms in the Nether because the bees don't sleep, and therefore they produce honey 60% faster or something like that. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the one thing I can't use is water in the Nether. So a lot of like farm designs or like even transportation like bubble vaders, I'm not going to be able to use in the Nether. So I got to figure out other ways of going about those. But I can always use things like, let's see, slime. Slime's cool, and uh, say pistons. I don't know how well this is going to work with the theme either, but all right. Oh, hello. In any case, does that really bring all the other pistons up? Guess I don't need those other pistons then. Yeah, so I could make some bouncing elevator sort of things. What if we use a what observer? Nope, that's the wrong direction. All right. And I don't know. Let's just place a block, I guess. Whoops. Oh, right. The one tick makes it so that it... Interesting. It doesn't bring the blocks back down. Huh. That could still be fun. How high does that take me? Let's see. I'm looking at... Eh, 3 or 4 blocks. Nothing amazing. I think if I do, what, minecart onto it... Oh, I can't do that. Can I do a boat? What happens if I do a boat? Okay, I can't see the boat. That's what happens. Oh, the boat died. Hey, it's like one of those aspects. You've got a boat in Jello. Heck yeah. Not what I was aiming for, but it is definitely what I got. I would agree honey is an objectively sweet material to build with. Do they have the calibrated skulk sensors, or is that new for this too? Yes, calibrated skulk sensors. These seem really neat. I don't entirely know how to use them yet, but apparently you can set like there's different levels that you can set it to. I think like 1 to 8 or 1 to 15, and different things would trigger it. So you can actually have a skulk sensor that's calibrated to a specific sound, and then have that trigger your redstone, as opposed to just regular skulk sensors that trigger redstone with everything. Oh, I'm so excited. I gotta find an ancient city. That's something that I know is going to be difficult. I haven't looked. We have the seed for the new server, but I haven't put it into any sort of like seed exploration thing yet because I kind of want to explore it on my own, right? But ancient cities are a little bit hard to find. There is, I do know, there is a mountain that's like right next to spawn, and I'm hoping that maybe at the bottom of the mountain we can find the deep dark and go on like a server-wide adventure to go get some things. Because I think that would be really, really neat. Especially if that was like my foray into the nether goes through the deep dark. Like that would be pretty cool. And some people on the server were talking about collaborating to create like a big castle. So I was like, big castle on the mountain, deep dark underneath, maybe with a little shrine and stuff that goes into the nether, and then it's like the deep dark is spilling out into the nether, and I can kind of build with some of those materials with wherever we are. Um, and then start basically living in the nether and just popping out to go see people or to go harvest materials and stuff, but to have my main operations in the nether. I think that'd be really, really neat. Hey, Ben, you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. You're in an awkward place behind my monitor. Yeah, come on out. Come out and say hi. Hi. Say hello, everyone. All right, all right, all right. Hello. Hi. Excellent. I'm really excited for all this stuff. I think it's gonna be a good time all around. I'm really excited to see kind of what we can do as a server group and see if we can put together something that's really, really nice. God, that does look nice. Yeah. I'm excited to build that one out further too. I think that'll be really cool. Let's try a piece of it. Let's add some shape. Let's get some soil. Let's get some flint. Actually, let's dig out a little further here for some of this. All right. And now let's light things on fire, including myself. Hey, Gast. How goes it? All right. Yeah, it's going all right with me too. All right, so we've got a fire. Has a lot of smoke. Let's maybe... sea lanterns? Let's grab some sea lanterns and add like... some basalt that kind of comes up a little bit. And here, let's also do that. Add a little bit of basalt there, and you know what, maybe about this side? Alright, a little bit of that. Now let's do some nylium. I really like how that looks. right? And then let's get some actual moss. We'll just texturize that a little bit. Add a little bit in there. Yay! I'm really glad. I am sorry that you have had such terrible weather. Alright, sounds good. The VOD will be up later if you want to watch, but yeah, I'm just going to hang out for a little while longer. Work on my color palettes. And then if I use, what, copper, I can use some of this. I'll use the waxed version so that it doesn't change, but... yeah, a little something like that. It's not awful. Yeah, I think that works out okay. I think this is my favorite still. Like, honestly, I think that's cool. And I'll have plenty of materials for that, too. I think the copper is going to be one of the harder things to get if I'm living in the nether. That's okay. That's not too bad. I can get the honeycomb to wax things. That'll be useful. I think most materials I'll be able to get just fine. Gonna have to watch out for ghasts, though. Bye. Maybe if I do these around... Nylium. Like... It's not a perfect match by any means, but a little bit of that red nylium goes a long way when it comes next to these browns. And especially if I'm using, like... Yeah. Yeah, I think there'll be some things to explore. That's for sure. Just get a warden and unleash it in the nether. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? That's one way to get Skulk into the nether, is just unleash a warden. Why not? Anyway, I'll go back over here. Piglin head is a functional block? In any case, piglin spawn egg. That's actually what I wanted. Huh. Neat. It's the only one that looks like that. Huh. Weird. It's cool looking. Hey, how's it going? I kind of want to know what y'all have to offer. Give me something good. What was that? What'd you throw at me? String? Gravel? Gravel's good. I like gravel. Ah, another brick. I mean, you know, it's alright. Oh, spectral arrows? Nice. You know what could be really fun? Not that there's anybody watching this right now, but what could be really fun is to create kind of like a labyrinth of some sort and unleash a warden within it inside the nether. I think that could be absolutely fun. But we'll see. We'll see. That's just so much smoke. I wonder if I could get away with, like, just a little less fire. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know, I'll have to think it through more. What I might have to do is do more lanterns and just a little bit of fire here and there. How's the warden doing? You want some gold? Oh, leather. That's cool. I do really, really like the lighting of the crimson wood, and I'm sure the warp wood is similar, right? Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. Like, that's actually going to go really well with the, here, the skulk vibes, right? Let's, oh, that could give some real cyberpunky vibes. Hmm. All right, let's take some smooth basalt. And let's... I love that I've got a pet warden just hanging out in the background. All right, so we've got this, right? I feel like I need it bigger, but this is what I've got for right now. Well, let's say we want that, right? And let's say we'll do it that way. We'll do right, that looks cool. That looks really, really neat. Maybe I will do like a bit of a cyberpunky style. So that looks really, really cool. And then what if I then go this, this, right? Sorry, 1, 2. R is hard. R is hard. 'Cause an A is like that. There we go. That looks right. Right? I mean, I might take a look at those Minecraft runes, but just for a proof of concept, I think that looks pretty good. I don't hear the warden anymore. I wonder if they killed him. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. That's nice. And then, of course, I can do stuff with the crimson, too. Like, yeah, the red one's going to look really imposing. Like, I really like the blue vibes. But if I did, say, this... Don't really want to do this right here, actually. But if I did it, say, here? Right, so that looks pretty cool. And I could always do the same sort of, is that, do, do. Yeah, that's cool. And then the inside becomes like this, which you can do all sorts of stuff with. I mean, if nothing else, I can also, well, the basalt kind of looks nice in between them, but I could also just, oops. Oh yeah, because the, hmm, right? Because that'll be that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. I wonder what it looks like for people who don't have shaders on. It's not going to be as cool, I know that. But let's check it and see. Oof. Okay, it still looks really fucking neat. The river looks okay. The green from the blocks are back, which is nice. This looks okay. I think it needs to be like wider to really be impressive. It looks fine. I do kind of like this without shaders even because it looks more like just a monument that shouldn't be there. I definitely need to look into those runes though because just plastering English letters or uh, Roman letters ain't gonna do it for what we got going on. But I like the inside. Look at that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It still looks pretty cool. But I'm going for something specific, so these shaders are going back on. Yeah, yeah, I like that a whole lot. Then I'm thinking I can put vines. Because, I know the vines are a little dead looking, but that's kind of okay for what we got going on here, right? Just put a little bit everywhere. What about some glow lichen? Glow lichen also gives it that, like, sketchy kind of look to it. Oh. Add just a little bit of visual difference. A little skulk vein. Oh, actually, the combination of the glow lichen and the skulk vein is like highlighting and shadows. You've got your mid from the vines. You got some highlight and some shadow with the skulk. Like I could go inside here, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot that we can do to muss it up and make it look textured and stuff. Yeah, I really like where that's going with that. All right, I feel a bit better about what I want to be doing, at least aesthetically. Oh, I want to figure out how the basalt generator works. So, uh, Minecraft basalt generator. Lava will turn into basalt when it is above a soul soil block while also adjacent to a blue ice block. So, all right, I need soul soil. Lava. Oh, I guess I need ice, right? There we go. That's got to be blue ice, specifically. Huh, okay. So I can probably do better than this. Oh, that's perfect. And then if I'm also like here doing, this is excellent. I now have a basalt generator that I think I know how to use. I can feed that into a sculpt catalyst sensor whenever I want it. But this will be probably my primary building material, is basalt, because I'll be able to have a lot of it. And then I can use the trees as my creepy material as soon as I find myself a warped forest. So oops, that'll be a decent combination for the nether to get started with, and then I can start building out other things as I like make them happen. Yeah, I really like that. Ah, that's satisfying. That's very satisfying. I mean, especially like this isn't that hard to set up, right? A couple of observers and a piston is like nothing. The blue ice is harder. How do I get blue ice? Is there a recipe for it? Okay, I can make it from packed ice. Packed ice comes from regular ice? Okay, so ice becomes packed ice, which becomes blue ice. Well, that's not too hard. I just have to get somewhere in the overworld and get some silk touch, too. Yeah, silk touch is going to be real necessary for all this stuff. But I could also do some really cool things with shroom lights. You know, depending on what I want to do, if I want to be seen from a distance, that'll be really useful. It's still my favorite right there. And that's real nice and ominous. I'm gonna really enjoy using obelisks, I think. Not that I'm gonna do an obelisk on everything, but I'm gonna at least do an obelisk or two. I think that's gonna be really useful. No, I'm very excited for that. Ooh, magma slime. I'm gonna have to figure out how to create a magma slime farm too. I can't imagine that it's that much harder than a regular slime farm. A piglin. You want that? Yeah, I didn't think so. That'll look nice. I'm not as big a fan of the shroom lights, but you know, they can work, especially in a pinch, especially given a little bit of texture. The vines look like on top of the glowy. It definitely muddies it up some, which is like fine. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Looks better on the red. Still muddies it up some. Ah, whoops. Yeah, whatever. I was also gonna say, like, so I'll be getting a ton of quartz, right? And there's some neat looking quartz too. This chiseled quartz looks really cool. Those could be useful in a different way. Yeah. A lot of different building materials to work with. Oops. I can also do like arrows, right? So let's say I wanted to say, here, let's do crimson wood. Let's just say I want to. I think this is going to look a little too modern for what I want to accomplish, but maybe I can work this in somehow. But like what I'm thinking is, right, like let's do or maybe I won't do that and I'll just eh, it's okay. That is definitely better. Yeah, it's better, but it's not great. That's all right. Well, I think that's about all I needed to test. I'm excited to be home so I can stream some more. And I'm excited to kind of work on some ideas so that we can get started on the server. I'm really excited. I'm not going to live stream the kickoff because there are some people who are on the server who are not streamers, um, and I don't want to overwhelm them to begin with. But I am planning to do a video of it, given that there's no issues with it. Um, and then I'll probably stream somewhat regularly from the server itself as I build things out. So, yeah, that's it for me today. Thanks for joining me.